Hello, Super Mario Maker 2 fans. Welcome to this Endless Mode League here with the Division B. We've got Bismuth 9 and iiPK on your screen right here. I am joined in the booth with GlitchCat7. How are you doing today, sir?
What's up? I'm doing fantastic. Ready to see some cool matches.
As am I. We have got iiPK number 2 on the board with 20 points, just behind Ryukar due to the tiebreaker. That is that little red blemish you see right there. Bismuth is going to be number 11. He's got 4 points. He did get a win 2 weeks ago. Hopefully going to bring another blue spot on the board for him. So let's talk about strategy here. Glitch, you're also a part of this Division A. You're a part of this. You'd like to do the commentary as well, which is always fun to have you in the booth. What do you think is going to be a good strategy for Bismuth to be able to actually come back and upset iiPK here? What do you think is going to be the best method?
It's rough because iiPK is a really solid player, and pretty much whatever you put him in front of, he'll be able to take it down pretty quickly. If I were Bismuth, I would try to skip a lot and try to hook up a lot with a lot of short, easy levels, and hope that potentially iiPK, while he might end up beating it, has committed to something that takes longer. I would try to beat him in the time game, as opposed to, because you can't. I mean, iiPK is really good. I mean, Bismuth is good too, but iiPK is a really strong player and can clear just about anything. So you got to kind of come at it from another angle, I feel.
You're absolutely right, and you know, there's no doubting it. He's number 2 on that board, and he's up there with some very famous names. And you know, I do want to mention that Bismuth is behind a match, a full match, because of due to some unavailability with you know, go figure, unknown availability, saying something about unavailability. But Mitch Firepower had some there was just some scheduling conflicts, and they're working on a resolution for that. But we're getting started with match number 1, or round number 1 of this match. 15 minutes on the clock, and they're going to see how many they can clear in this expert. They're going to be checking the times by pressing start, seeing whether or not it's worth it. 6 minutes, definitely not worth it.
Yeah, Bismuth is a player that goes around and optimizes a lot of world records on easier levels, and so that means he knows a lot about micro optimization in this game, and I'm interested to see how much that's going to come into play for him, or how much of those skills he's going to try to pull out in the service of just kind of going more quickly.
Oh, wow, just dodging that spike right there. That was really close, but keeping the power up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. These really kind of precise reactions and really subtle moves. You know, even just not losing a power up or being able to get one jump farther, sometimes that can make all the difference. It's just like you take any success and you just want to roll with that as much as you can.
Absolutely, yeah. I've seen him do some of the more just real close calls that you don't expect, and all you can think of is, wow, somebody else might have actually lost it on that. And
iiPK.
Go ahead.
I was just noticing getting through that thwomp room, and he's already got the power up he needs. He's close to the end, but is he going to get trolled by these thwomps? Bismuth gets one.
Doing a fake high five.
This is what I'm talking about too. Notice iiPK still kind of hung up on this level, and he probably will beat it. There he goes. He does beat it, but it's kind of like get him to commit to some harder, longer levels where Bismuth might want to go more really short, fast stuff. Now, obviously, iiPK is going to try that, but it's kind of like, what do you think your opponent is likely to commit to, or what do you think they can achieve?
That is absolutely correct. And iiPK actually slid through those thwomps, and he took that level because it had a very short clear time, but it looked like there was a dev path because there was a key in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's another thing too, because sometimes the 20-second or 30-second world record could actually be really deceptive, because you end up wondering where it is. It turns out there's a dev door somewhere, but now you have to search for it. So the person that got the record knew, but you might end up spending several minutes just jumping around aimlessly.
Yeah, and I've noticed it's a trend in the Mario Maker 2 world where devs will make a contraption that almost it's basically a key lock. Instead of it being a key door, they have like POWs you have to hit in a certain order to open the path in order to get the dev lock undone. It's a new trend that I'm not very fond of.
Yeah, well, without being able to check stuff in the editor now, that heavily favors really complex and obscure trolls that would be almost impossible to know unless you had inside knowledge of the level. iiPK getting through that Thwomp maze, going up by 1, Bismuth with 1, iiPK with 2. I don't know, I keep calling him LPK because there's another Kaizo player named Lord Pickle King, and he's LPK.
And so far, iiPK has given his Pikachu one high five, leaving him. I guess it's Pichu. That's Pichu right there, not Pikachu. But yeah, missing the high five, not giving Pichu the second high five, leaving him hanging. That's unfortunate.
Actually, according to the official Pokédex.
Called out. I am not a Pokemon player. Called out.
Was established at the Pokemon Naming Council in 1925.
Oh man, and the chat goes wild with nothing but Pokemon emotes. And Bismuth is going for the just hold right and oh man, just missing it. And iiPK getting his third clear. Bismuth was on a roll there with that level he was on, but missing that jump caused that time.
Yeah, this is why I was saying that Bismuth might do well to just stop committing to things. iiPK already up by 2 right now, and Bismuth is still just saying, no, I'm going to stick with this level. And, I mean, maybe that kind of plays into more of his gameplay style, but, man, for strategy for this, iiPK is so fast that unless you're getting clears at least on something similar to his pace, he might outrun you pretty quickly. So Bismuth either needs to clear this right now or get something he can clear.
Another
it looks
one on
like
the board.
He's got a pretty good handle on it. Yeah, nice job. But see that iiPK pulling down another clear as Bismuth picks up 1 behind. So you've really you've got to, if you can't match iiPK's speed, you have to kind of come around that from a different angle. If it were me, I'd be looking for like 10-second one-screen levels almost exclusively right now.
Yeah, avoiding some of the more unnecessary clear condition levels. Yeah, anything with getting over it in the name, I would not even think about. I wouldn't even check the time.
Are you saying that you're over it? You're over those levels?
I'm more than over it. I am more than over it. I am completely skipping it without checking times. Yeah, we've seen the best of the getting over it levels. The infamous Carl Sagan 42 has one. Yeah, just they don't exactly lend themselves to fast gameplay.
Yeah, you know, I still have a level in the memory banks that I was probably going to make someday, which is a underwater car getting over it vertical level where you have to climb up a big hill with the underwater car. You can thank me later.
I will make sure to thank you as much as I can think to. Oh,
so what
man.
is this tech that iiPK wants right now? He's got a, I'm not even sure what this trick is, but maybe hit the note block so it clears the cannon. It's on a line. It might be some kind of glitch or tech abuse. I'm not entirely sure what he wants to do here. I'm not sure if he knows either.
I can imagine that would pinch him and.
Yeah, there's got to be some way to either destroy or displace the cannon using that. Maybe it's some kind of weird overlap thing, or maybe he already sunk himself by hitting it. Who knows? That's the kind of thing, though, because that's going to give Bismuth a chance as he jumps across these Thwomps and Charvars here. iiPK getting held up at all. Like, that's your opening. You've got to capitalize on that. So if Bismuth could get a clear right now and come within 1 clear of iiPK, he could start to close that gap a little bit.
Oh, boss fights.
Oh, no. Now, the question is, does he actually need to kill this Boom Boom?
Yes.
Oh, there is a lockbox. Yeah, I see it down there in the lower right.
Yeah, got the lockbox and the blocked off walls there as iiPK pulls out another clear.
Yeah, iiPK, the speed machine. You've got to keep that speed in check with him. Bismuth getting it, though. And he's also going to pick up that 50 coin and the top of the flagpole for an extra life. That might help out. Bismuth sitting at 9 lives right now. iiPK with 19. And that puts him in a really good position to be able to just throw lives at something. if he gets some silly one screen level or something that's just like one crazy trick, he can afford to spend a little bit more lives on that without fear of losing one of his clears already.
So iiPK is seeing that there's a 14-second clear time on this, noticing that it might not actually be a hold right level. It might be one of those levels that has a secret dev exit or something on the left. The thing I'm noticing is that if you look, there's the off-screen thwomps. The level actually moves up. And you actually can see that the level moves up, so there's something above that point. It's not just cutting the level off like it would if there's nothing above that point.
Clear for Bismuth on a really short level. That's exactly what he wants right now, especially with iiPK tied up in thinking he can get through this craziness. Bismuth coming within one clear right now. He wants to get another one. If Bismuth could grab another one of those short, easy one screen levels right now, he'd be back in this.
And the iiPK pulling off that super jump tech like it's nothing. Only a few tries and gets it right away. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's a tough trick to do. I think there's 2 frames where your inputs have to be accurate in that.
And iiPK is spending more than a few lives on this level trying to make it through, and like he's just falling in lava left and right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We've seen him skip what seemed to be a lot better prospects. I'm not really sure what he's thinking right now with wanting to stick with this. Also, he could be taking that thwomp up, but he's not. Oh, maybe he saw the goal. There it is. Maybe he knew he was really, really close. I hadn't seen the goal, but maybe iiPK knew something I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, so that's why I was curious about it. I saw the 18-second clear. I didn't see the actual flag in that. So
no. Rough death for Bismuth. He died inside that 3 boom boom boss room, and he already had 1 key. I think he was wondering if maybe he didn't know if there were more keys that he'd need later, but in any case died trying to escape. You could see the brick. Okay. That's really good knowledge for iiPK. I mean, being able to spot little subtle things like, oh, there's the edge of the brick. And look at the ground pound moves right now. Oh, my word. iiPK showing why he is on top right now with those really cool ground pound cancels, so he can just hang out and wall jump consistently off that right ice wall. Wow. Okay, I'm legitimately impressed with that. Was really good. He's doing, in that motion, he's doing an up input, or a down input to ground pound, an up input to cancel it, and an air stall to stabilize himself. So it's just like down, up, trigger, down, up, trigger, down, up, trigger, in a really specific rhythm that he knows altogether too well.
yeah, and somebody like that makes it just, makes it look easy, but stuff like that is just, that's not exactly the easiest thing to just do consistently without falling. So Bismuth does need that key. He tried to take the chance, immediately gets fallen on, but making the right move here, I think, skipping. Going ahead and moving on to the next level with 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Bismuth, this whole match has needed something short. Something short and easy. And maybe this is a 29-second P-switch jump type of level. This might be exactly what Bismuth is looking for right now.
Looks like there might be some sort of star run at the end there.
The timer in Bismuth's level is probably pretty lenient, considering he could just skip over half those intended wall jumps. Now, can he survive with the cheese? I think he might be... Oh, geez. Oh, he could have made it. Oh, he could have made it, but didn't have the time. Should be able to get this on his second run.
Yeah, with a checkpoint on this, too. It's pretty quick.
Nice. 5-7 right now for iiPK, but he is once again held up with some weird stuff.
Snake block to the end for the win. 8 clears for iiPK, 5 for Bismuth. Minute 45 to go. You know, iiPK, if he finds a couple of quick levels, could very well just get to 10, which is one less than his already set record for this particular league here. So
yeah, 10 is legitimately a lot of levels in 15 minutes. Like that is some real skill.
13 seconds, that's the kind of level you want to see over here. I don't know if you actually want to see that though. This level looks like some spammy stuff, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, the classic platform ride and things fall on your head from above. They already did that in Donkey Kong Country 1. It was called Trick Track Trek. It was great. Never needed to improve on that one.
You know, I'll
Really
give the
good
creator
dodging.
one thing. They definitely tested the waters by putting all the different pipes there so everything falls at different levels. I'll give the creator one thing.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. That way you always have an opening to dodge around. 9 clears for iiPK now. Doesn't look like he's going to get to the 11 in time unless he gets a literally free level. Meanwhile, Bismuth just working through these beat blocks, these moving blocks in 3D World style. Yeah, he gets one right before the end. 6 for Bismuth. iiPK maybe trying to stack one more on right at the end there, but those Thwomps had other ideas.
So there we go. Round 1 going to iiPK. 9 clears to 6.
Nice.
I see what you did there. So we're going to be getting round 2 started up. And I think your assessment at the beginning of the match was absolutely correct. Bismuth just needs to find those shorter levels, not be afraid to skip, take a death, take 2, move on. Because there for a minute, it was looking like Bismuth was going to be right on iiPK's tracks, and iiPK found every level that he needed to just pump out some clears there. So moving on to round 2.
Yeah, Bismuth has to go fast. You can't. iiPK is going to get a lot of clears, and you have to either keep pace with that by beating your own levels or skip and find some easier stuff if you think you're going to die a bunch. I think if I were Bismuth right now, I'd be trying to get the shortest levels as possible. And, you know, you're obviously risking it because you're doing a lot more skips. So, like, it's a risk, but if you're up against someone like iiPK, you got to decide where you're going to place your risk, because if you don't choose, it'll be chosen for you by his skills.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. So round 2 is about to get underway now. So even if iiPK does pull the win out in round 2, that will give him an extra point, but round 3 will still be played. So Bismuth does have an opportunity to get a point for himself. Now, if Bismuth walks out with 2 wins in a row, that'll be an extra point for Bismuth. So either way, there will be at least 3 points walked away with by the winner. Oh, that Thwomp is almost... He probably expected the parachute on that.
Yeah, really close landing. It can be tough because if you anticipate a parachute and there isn't one, you miss it. And if you don't anticipate a parachute and there is one, you can also get too far ahead of it and miss it the same. So it can be really hard to know.
And it wouldn't be... Oh, wow. But getting a clear right at the end, if that wasn't for the damage boost there, he would have been done and had to go back through that. So first clear goes to iiPK.
Yeah, that was really fortunate that the goal was right there for him. And Bismuth still in the same level he started on. and a lot of speedrun stuff. And I don't know, this feels a little bit dangerous to me because, you know, in a speedrun level like this, if you're running blind and you make any mistake, oops, you're dead. You can't recover. So like we were talking about short levels, it might also be good for Bismuth to try to focus more on levels where you can recover. You know, if you take damage, you can get a mushroom. Something without a clear condition or without some kind of implicit timer like a speed run.
Yeah, definitely not spending too much time on a speedrun level. Because it takes a lot of time to get back through there. Speedrun levels typically don't have a checkpoint or something to save your progress. So
yeah. Nice job for Bismuth though, gets it. Keeping pace with iiPK. iiPK up by 1 now with 2, but Bismuth is right behind, and this would be where, okay, you got that clear, now skip, and find something to pull even. Because if iiPK commits to a longer level, maybe he'll beat it, but it'll take him longer. And that's what you're trying to count on, is iiPK just taking a little bit longer to do what he's probably going to do. Also, iiPK really smartly picking up lives. I don't know how much of that was intentional or just incidental for the level he played, but in any case, sitting really happy with those 21 lives. That's going to help him out in the late game for sure.
Bismuth trying to recover from having to take the damage boost. Talking hard. Probably gonna have to use the reset door. I'm not sure.
Oh no!
Why did he restart?
Oh no! I wonder if he thought maybe he was locked somewhere. Oh man, that's an unfortunate decision. But it helps a little bit to know that iiPK is also getting tripped up by his level. Bismuth really wants to pull behind iiPK right now. Letting iiPK get a 2 or 3 level lead is suboptimal.
I see what Bismuth saw. He saw the cheese because it was a very fast clear rate, and he's like, "This is taking too long." He went back and jumped over the top of the level, found the end.
Smart. That's a really, really smart move. That's what I mean. Bismuth spends a lot of time optimizing stuff like this, and he really knows the ins and outs and kind of what is possible. That was a really, really smart play for Bismuth. And now, again, tied with iiPK. iiPK getting up by 1, but they're both about to start a fresh level. So if Bismuth can just hang on, oh, this is perfect for him. Oh, yeah, the thwomp's coming down. But yeah, if I were Bismuth, I would just try to get this level like right now. I think that's what Bismuth wants as well. Just a low jump off that icicle and right up into the goal, because that's going to bring him a little bit closer to catching up with iiPK's speed. Oh gosh, I'm like really intently looking at Bismuth right now, but iiPK also making his way through some clear pipes.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. That. It cost him some lives. You hate to see that, but yeah, strategically that was the play: is to stay on that level and throw away a couple of lives if you have to, because now he's tied. iiPK still tied up in his level, and maybe will die or something, or at least not be able to find a way for a little while. And this is the opportunity Bismuth wants, is a chance to kind of pull ahead and get out in front of his pace.
Yeah, there's a lot of these clear pipes in iiPK's level right now, and but the end is right there. So, and finding the hidden block to let him in. Yeah.
Oof. I think Bismuth is also making a good play to stick with this level for a minute. He saw a superstar come down that he couldn't get, and the hope is obviously that this is going to be again one of these just really dumb short levels. And even by sacrificing a couple of lives, he's going to be able to keep pace, and that's what he needs right now is quick. He's got to the more I watch these two race, the more it's just you have to keep pace with iiPK. You cannot let him outrun you.
Yeah, I was curious if that was going to be what this level was just a matter of snagging the earliest power up you can to grab a star and just go.
Yeah, this is also a good opportunity for Bismuth, hopefully, to grab a couple of extra lives. Yeah, going up to the top of the flagpole and picking up the 3 available extra 1-ups from the enemies on screen when the level cleared. That helps him out a lot because it brings his lives back up a little bit and makes up for what he just lost.
Now, the all too familiar new Super Mario Bros. Speedrun iiPK, almost like he's played a level like that before.
Yeah, 1 or 2, I bet. Good clear for iiPK, staying up 5-4 right now. But if, like I said, like just I don't know, I feel validated that the way I called, like, oh, Bismuth might want to play this way, and then it actually works out for him. Feels good, man. Yo, Turtle's on fire is Bismuth's level. Oh, jeez.
Oh man, so you're just dropping turtles up. Oh man, that's but the ending's right there. The ending is right there. Oh, by the way, shout outs to Bismuth for playing with Joy-Cons. Like, what kind of madman plays this game with Joy-Cons?
A mad lad he is. Oh no, Bowser juking him out. I still think it's probably best for Bismuth to stay. Plus, he's going to be able to pick up enough coins to get at least 1 extra life off of this level. Because the last thing that Bismuth would want right now would be to lose, to game over and lose one of his clears. And that win puts him 5-5 with iiPK.
iiPK trying to find the secret to the level, and it's looking like that secret is pretty open. Climb to the top, fight a few bad guys.
Oh no, 3 key doors. Now here's the thing, I bet if iiPK dies on this, he's gonna skip it. But right now, he's not, because he's in the level and he feels like he has a chance. That slowdown on his part is the opportunity that Bismuth wants. If Bismuth can fill this space right now with a couple of quick clears, that's how he can pull ahead of iiPK.
Oh yeah, and this is such a... do you take a chance
no,
here?
What do you pick? Yeah, see, he's committed, and even if he gets through this, even if he clears it, he will have spent a lot of extra time messing around with this, and that, oh, geez, well, yeah, with the uncanny ability to pick correct picadors. But see there, he stopped and stayed and got all 3 of those keys. He only needed 1. He did beat the level, but it cost him time. You can't really beat more, like, well, you can beat more levels, but, like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Like, you have to go fast if you want to get up against iiPK.
You have to know when to call it quits. You have to know the limitation of what you're on. If you spend too much time on a level, that's where you're losing time. It's knowing when to skip the level that you just spent a lot of time on that is going to get you ahead of iiPK. Because iiPK has the uncanny ability to literally clear so many levels, whether they are, you know, difficult or not. He finds those 20-second levels like this. And
yeah,
him first try. He first tries a lot of levels that he decides to take. So where he's first trying, you can take a couple of tries, but knowing when to stop your tries is going to get you a possibility to get through what iiPK puts out.
Yeah, wondering if he's thinking maybe he wants to play a little bit less recklessly right now with only 7 lives. He's been known to kind of just chuck a couple of lives into whatever level it is, and it'd be rough with 5 minutes to go to get down below maybe 3 or 4 lives. Bismuth kind of sitting not so well with 4 lives right now. Start overs do cost a life.
Skips don't.
Yeah, and that's that kind of gamble decision you're always making in these matches. Bismuth, it paid off for him that time, and he gets his life back.
What is happening? And goodbye, Boom Booms. What is going on there? Oh, getting pinched in between the Boom Booms. That's a very interesting level that iiPK has on his side. And Bismuth is literally right behind. Right behind.
Oh, what is this that iiPK is doing? Oh, the Boom Booms were getting blown up by a tornado, and so they just sort of levitated him up there. That's pretty fun.
I don't think they're getting blown up by a tornado. I think that's just a weird effect that the Boom Booms have.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe, wait. And I want to look at the setup again for that. We might not even get a chance.
It looks like if they get hit once in the position that they're in, they like zoom up. That's a very interesting. It's got to just a glitch.
They're colliding with each other. It's a glitch with two colliding Boom Booms. Thanks, chat. That's really cool, though. I've never seen that before. I have to go now. My planet needs me. Here's a sworn affidavit that Boom Boom will never, ever return. Jeez. Bismuth in a tough spot right now. Yeah, ouch. He takes the game over, and that is going to put him down 2 levels. That's a rough position to be in.
Man, oh man, F's in chat, please. That is so painful to see. Being right on the heels of iiPK. iiPK getting into the pipe. This is probably the end of the level. Absolutely is. So iiPK is going to be getting clear number 8 on the board with 2 minutes 15 seconds.
Yeah, Bismuth's in a rough spot right now. Really wanting to go for those easy ones. Here's an easy one, and with 15 lives, I say just chuck him at the level, Bismuth. Excuse me. Ahem.
Super Mario Galaxy versus Bowser Jr. on iiPK's side, a level that is 50 seconds on Bismuth's side. All right, got a dark level over here on iiPK's side. Those are never exactly the funnest levels to be a part of, but iiPK is deciding to go with it, realizing that it's not that bad of a clear time, it seems.
I never see people go for dark levels. This is new for me, I think. I haven't seen a single individual even try.
I don't blame people who don't, because dark levels are they're a beast in of themselves just because of how.
Oh my gosh. iiPK taking a crazy YOLO jump just trying to get anything and didn't pay off.
I mean, he almost saved it. Just that's part of the problem with the dark level. When you YOLO jump, you're more than just YOLOing. You can't see anything.
Yeah. Even when you can see things, sometimes it's really just a crapshoot. If I hope I go somewhere good. Bismuth doing the same thing with the cat. Oh no, he was right there. Oh, that one's gotta hurt because he just jumped for that and gosh, he was pixels away. iiPK not making it to the goal and instead just wall kicking off the side of the block below it. Ouch. And with 6 seconds left. Oh no, can iiPK get the win? Oh, jeez. He was so close. He got robbed. Poor cat.
I think, unfortunately, even if he would have hit that, it would have broken the blocks instead.
Oh, would it? Man, there's so many little intricacies I still don't know about this game. You might be right.
If he'd have canceled it, if he'd have been a little bit further to the right and canceled it at the end, he could have grabbed it, but doing the dive would have broken the blocks if there was nothing.
Yeah. So really unfortunate game over for Bismuth in match 2. iiPK winning 8-5, and we're getting ready to set up for match 3. We do play all 3 of them because everyone, even if Bismuth can, I'm sorry, I cannot talk. If Bismuth can win this match, he will still receive points toward ranking.
So yeah, that is definitely 2 wins, not 25. With that 25 wins on the screen, shout out to Steve-O Broil for doing the restreams. We love you, Steve-O. All right, and they're starting off with round 3 now. And like without a doubt, as you pointed out in round 2 again, your strategy of sticking with those levels that are definitely worth it. That's what is going to be the deciding factor of keeping up with iiPK and possibly overtaking. That is a hands down just spot on assessment.
Yeah, I really, really feel like Bismuth just needs to get fast levels and just trust that iiPK will commit to something that he does eventually beat, but got hung up on for too long. And that's the opening that Bismuth is looking for.
So not a particularly long or well-timed level, but you just gotta throw the bombs up in the air and get the coins. I'm wondering if it's expert because of the fact that they're already lit.
Yeah, he doesn't even need the bombs to be exploding. He just kind of has to watch out when they do explode. He only needs 7 coins here, so that shouldn't be that shouldn't be too tough, but iiPK with that really incredible jump getting right in there for a quick first clear.
That is another thing that I've noticed about iiPK. Those like 2-tile, 1-tile gaps that you can often find and get into, he nails them every time. He really does. I don't see him miss those first try often. He usually gets them every time.
So Bismuth staying committed to this level, trying to just avoid the bombs, and it can be really tough because they're all flashing red, and they all, when they spawn from the pipe, they have their full timer of fuse. But Bismuth kind of wants to watch and grab the pipe that most recently came out of a bomb, because it's going to get kind of tricky with so many of them walking around to have a count in your head of what their fuse timer is at. So Bismuth is trying to play it really carefully right now and get bombs out of his hands like as soon as he picks them up. He's got the clear condition now. Oh,
yeah,
ouch.
keeping an eye on their timer because they go solid for about a split second. Not quite the full second, but you can see when they're about to blow up. Unfortunately, you don't have as much of a time to be able to dodge them. Now, where's the goal? Do you have to go down one of these pipes to get to the
I
goal?
don't know if Bismuth knows. But if he can get the clear condition and even maybe just go through the door.
You know, I did not see the door at the beginning. That's exactly what it was.
The door. So up 1 for Bismuth and still 1 clear for iiPK, but he's got a key and dodges those poison mushrooms that chase you. Oh no, this is a tough situation for iiPK. He's got to avoid this rising lava, which again, we're talking about situations where you can't recover. And rising lava especially is one of those things where in a normal vertical level, if you bonk, you could maybe fall back down, maybe try again, save yourself some time. But you can't recover in a situation like that. And I also think Bismuth, iiPK too, any racer really, would do well to try to focus on levels where they can recover in some way, shape, or form.
You know, that's one thing that I've noticed about Bismuth too. Whenever he's got the propeller power up, I think that's one of his better power ups. He knows how to use that to its full potential, it seems like.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen a lot of really tricky movement and propeller cancels and stuff from Bismuth. I don't know if he has any particular history playing, was it New Soup, the original game that the propeller was in, but he's really using it well here.
Yeah, and it was New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Bismuth using those propeller skills to stay behind iiPK.
Actually, they're even 2-2, so iiPK only cleared his level just a little bit ahead of Bismuth, so they're right neck and neck. 1 + 1 equals, I don't know, death. I love the sound of this level.
Ugh, sound like someone came up with that name for that level in study hall. Bismuth trying to cheese, but not paying off for him.
hoping that there's a POW later on, because you need the POW in order to be able to clear the level.
Oh, it's like a trick level. You have to you have to figure out how you're gonna bring the POW over those munchers. It's one of those just one weird trick. If Bismuth thinks he knows this, though.
Hmm.
He's not going to be able to jump it, so he's maybe trying to think of what else to do. But that's given iiPK time to pull down another flag.
Yeah, this is one of those instances where if you don't know the trick, spending more time to try to do the trick that you're not aware of is going to get that degree of separation you don't need.
Yeah, wise skip from Bismuth for that one.
Okay, precision level, but it says triple jump, so I'm wondering if it's just one super tight precision triple jump.
Nice.
Or not.
That is it. Yeah, he did 3 jumps, 2 big ones and a little tiny one. There was some form of triple involved. That is exactly what Bismuth wants. That's it right there. Because that's gonna see iiPK committed to his level right now, doing well on it, but taking some time for the clear. And if Bismuth can just pull down a couple more like that and get out ahead, that's what you want.
20 seconds. It's the levels are coming through, knowing that there's. Oh wow!
I wonder what Bismuth is gonna do. I see a strat here. I wonder if Bismuth is gonna try to take it. You could, in theory, shell jump right off the edge of this, or if you're really clever, just get a Koopa there. Oh, it wasn't high enough. So there it is. The didn't even need it. Didn't even need the Kaizo trick. I was the one overthinking it. Nice cheese for Bismuth. That was really good. He totally needed that.
How did that end up an expert? With clears. How did that end up an expert?
People didn't realize you could cheese it, I guess. You'd be surprised how many people sometimes don't notice real obvious cheeses.
I guess I expect that more in the 3D world format because of that being the new format, but things like the spin jumping and stuff of that nature, I guess I just assume that it's strange. So, but needing to hit all the P switches on Bismuth's end, that is actually a good level to see. But Bismuth is actually ahead. So Bismuth gets this clear, that means he'll be ahead by 2.
Nice. That was a good clear. iiPK keeping pace right behind. But that's what I'm talking about. These quick, short levels for Bismuth. iiPK did eventually beat that one he was on, right? But it took him more time. And that's something I've noticed about iiPK is he commits. He does win, but he commits to things that sometimes take a little bit longer. He trusts in his own skills a lot. You also see that where he has a power-up, but he just damage boosts through some enemies to go quicker. He doesn't know what's coming up. He doesn't know if he'll need that. But he plays like he trusts his own skills. And really, I mean, he has every right to.
Looking like Bismuth thought he hit down and ended up jumping and missing putting that bone shell on. Alright, got a star run on iiPK's side and up and down poison level on Bismuth's end.
iiPK opting for the YOLO jump, but it did not pay off for him there.
Oh no, taking that hit from the, I don't know, I know it's a bonsai bill, but I don't know if it's the bonsai bill that, there was another name for it that I read recently that surprised me. It's like, I know they're the heat-seeking bonsai bills.
Big Chungus? Oh, no.
Yeah, the Big Chungus, there you go. That's the technical name. iiPK getting the tying clear at 5 minutes 25 seconds. So this could be the opportunity for iiPK to pull ahead if Bismuth is not careful. If he takes another hit from this bonsai bill here. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, Bismuth is pretty good at reading the situation. So even though he's running blind right now, he's got some fast reaction time. And he's got it. All right, Bismuth. Yeah. Also, I mentioned iiPK's confidence, and look at the confidence right now. He's small Mario, trying to get P speed and just run through that. Not even trying to, you know, be careful or kind of watch out for things. Just full on run through.
Yeah, iiPK has the timing. A lot of just intricate timings down. Knowing when to jump to be able to hit Bowser Jr. multiple times in his clown car, stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
a lot of those intricate timings are ingrained into his skills. So iiPK does have that going for him against a lot of other players.
Yeah. iiPK also, I believe, an accomplished fighting games player. I'm not sure which one specifically, but I kind of wonder if those skills transfer over a little bit, just to be able to read the board, read the level, kind of read the movements of other things on the screen really well.
35-second level for iiPK going into 4 minutes left in this round 3. After this, we do have Foxen versus Space Cat Universe. So definitely stick around for that. There are 2 other matches other than the one coming up next. That's going to be Ryukar versus Noble Tofu and Slade versus Dansta 2106. So a total of 4 matches today. So stick around for all that.
Where's Noble Tofu?
Where's the high five for safety?
Aw, good old days, Mario Maker 1.
Yep. Definite good old days, man. Good old days. Back when the Wii U was an actual system. Alright, this is definitely a different looking level for Bismuth over there. iiPK still working on this 35-second level. Bismuth looking to clear his level without taking any deaths here, because if he takes death, it's going to be a real setback.
Oh no. Those bonsai bills that come out of the background, it's really tough to judge because as they're approaching, there's a moment when they're far away where they don't have a hitbox and they won't hurt you. And then there's a certain point where they get close enough to actually do damage. And it's kind of tough to peg that position right in that moment and figure out, okay, now it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very awkward phase that it has. It's tough to judge.
Still though, 6-6 for Bismuth right now. I'd be trying to skip if I were him, but he
almost
leaves.
skips.
But you gotta watch out because iiPK is just flying through these levels. I don't think he ever slows down. Coming up ahead now, 7-6.
Yeah,
One leg for Bismuth too. This is right back in that same rough situation from before. Yeah, quality skip. Doesn't lose a life to skip. He skipped right before he crashed into that grinder. With a minute 38, he would love to get some one-ups or a power-up or just something chill. He needs a chill level right now.
I will say that I think the biggest strength that iiPK has is the sheer fact he one-shots a lot of just quick speedrun levels. The 20, 30-second speedrun levels, just like this. Just like that. Down in 2 in less than a minute, he gets to 20 to 30-second levels that just he's able to just knock through first try, not even thinking about it. That's where iiPK separates himself from other runners, because that's a valuable skill to have.
Yeah, even to take one death in a 20-second speedrun level, you don't get as much of a payout for that. If you can one-shot them, that's where the money is. And Bismuth with this sad game over, bringing his total back down to 5.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate game over. I don't think even without the game over, he could have ended up pulling out the tie. But he made it, honestly, the last 2 matches, he made them something else. Absolutely made them something else. But iiPK is going to go for one more opportunity here. It sounds like he's going to get 9. Boom. Just like that. A 9th clear.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go. Looks like IPK's got match number, what is this, 3?
Yeah, this is round 3 of this match. So he does a full sweep, which for iPK, that is very fortunate. That's going to put him at 24. With Ryu going up against Noble Tofu, I gotta say, Ryu's got a match that is not going to be easy. That is coming up in 2 hours, though. Very next, we've got Foxen versus Space Cat Universe. But let's see if we can't get some interviews in here. We do have about 8 minutes or so. iPK is going to be joining us. iPK, the winner and the 4-point sweep of Bismuth. How do you feel, man?
I feel amazing. Feel pretty great, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, definite props to you, because one of the things that Glitch and I were noticing here in the booth was the thing that separates you from a lot of other runners is you one-shot so many levels.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to think that one-shotting levels is really important. So I tried to do that.
Is there a particular type of level that you're looking for in a match like this? Or are you just trying to kind of roll with whatever you can get?
I'm actually looking for levels that don't have clear conditions, and if they have a clear condition, they gotta be like pretty short, because levels like that don't have checkpoints, and you never know like if it's gonna be hidden or something. So I try to look for like levels that are under 1 minute, and if they have a clear condition, then just
yeah, that's
long.
actually pretty insightful. I think that a level without a clear condition won't have a checkpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. Speedrun levels, I also really look for, like, even if they're long, as long as like they flow well, they should be like one-shottable too, and like should be a quick win. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just levels that are like under a minute, and they're like not too complicated. Levels that are not trolls. If they have like troll in the title, it's almost an instant skip. Almost always.
Yeah.
So we also have Bismuth joining us. Want to shout out to you, because props for keeping those last 2 rounds. So, even though the final score didn't exactly seemingly reflect that, you kept them close. They were neck and neck down to about the last 2.5 minutes. Which, you know, I don't want to rub salt in wounds there, man. Obviously.
I mean, it's been the story of my SMM2 league is down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, but mad props to you, man, because we can't say it enough, and you know, without beating the dead horse on this, iiPK is a sizable opponent. You know, he's not 1 and 2 on that list for no reason. And
yeah, I was honestly expecting the 3-0, and anything better was a win in my book. So just taking 1 game off would have been good. But basically, I was mostly just playing to try to get like an average of 6 clears, which I didn't really get. So that was unfortunate. Otherwise, yeah, iiPK, I mean, you're really, really good. So I wasn't expecting to win.
Thank you.
Did that make a difference for you in deciding what kinds of levels you were going to commit to?
I don't really change the way I approach levels. The only thing is I would do differently is in the case of when I have a minute to go and I have 1 life, then I'll go for like longer, safer levels like I did, but I still got burned. Otherwise, I think iiPK was talking about that. I do pretty much the same approach. I just look at the level length, and then if there's anything that would make me skip that level, let's say like the level is 30 seconds, I would play it until something makes me skip it. But if it's a minute or longer, I'd simply skip it.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels like that. Like some levels have a short clear or like a short time, like clear time, and like a lot of times it's either a death route or it's like a glitch level, and it's just like, well, I don't know if I should waste time looking for this or just move on. Like you could waste a lot of time just looking for the death route or like trying to figure out what the glitch is. I actually had two of those levels with the glitches, and I just had to skip them. I didn't know the glitch, so I had to get out of there.
Yeah, that one that that had the Kaizo block on a line and there was a cannon blocking it. I didn't know about that tech.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought I had to hit the block, and I did, and it didn't do anything. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do this. Like
Yeah.
the end was right there, but I didn't know what to do. So I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, probably
So,
a smart move.
So with that, I mean, we do have 3 minutes until the next match. iiPK, any final words you want to give?
I want to say thank you guys so much for hosting this race. Bismuth, good game, man. Good luck to the rest of your matches, and
Thanks.
I can't wait to play my next game. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Chat.
All right, Bismuth, any final words?
Any final words? Well, thanks for having me again. The race iiPK, really strong performance as always, and yeah, that's it.
Well, fantastic. Thank you both runners. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the entertainment. Give both of these runners a follow and your love. They definitely deserve it. As well as come back in just a moment for Foxen versus Space Cat Universe. Myself and Glitch Cat are going to be in the booth again for that. So we will see you back in about 2 minutes.